Welcome back, everyone. It's time for another Super Smash Bros. Brawl Bad matchup. In today's bad matchup episode, we will be looking at the Ice Climbers versus King Dedede. This matchup is probably King Dedede's worst matchup. The Ice Climbers hold several advantages over King Dedede and are the only characters in Brawl that can completely take away Dedede's strongest tool. I find it interesting that the matchup between these characters is so lopsided because these characters are actually quite similar. What in the world could be similar between a huge bird and a couple of Eskimos? Well, both these characters use the same type of weapons, a hammer. Obviously, Dedede's hammer is like 10 times bigger than the Ice Climbers' hammers, but since the Ice Climbers are using 2 hammers while Dedede is only using 1 hammer, I guess that makes up for it. It's also interesting that these characters are right next to each other on the character menu screen. Both characters also have a chain grab. Now, as some of you may know, the one thing that I think is totally unfair in Brawl is not the random tripping or the chain grabs, except for the Ice Climbers chain grab, that is, which is an infinite chain grab. This works on any character and is near impossible to escape. The Ice Climbers are the only characters who can do this because of there being 2 of them. They can just throw the opponent back and forth between each other until they rack up enough percent and then just finish the opponent off with a smash attack, usually up smash. I don't take this into account in the matchup or any time I talk about the Ice Climbers because it's a ridiculous advantage to be able to grab your opponent and know that's going to be the end of their stock. I do take into account Dedede's chain grab in this matchup though because it's not an infinite. King Dedede's chain grab is his strongest tool and his easiest way to rack up a ton of damage on his opponent. It's extremely easy and effective to use because of Dedede's great grab range. King Dedede has the best grab range out of any character that grabs with their hands. It's honestly just the best grab in Brawl because of the few grabs that do have better range also suffer from horrible end lag if they don't land. Dedede's doesn't. Even though he has the best grab in Brawl though, it doesn't matter against the Ice Climbers. This is the main trouble with there being 2 Ice Climbers. Unfortunately, it's only possible to grab one character at a time. Dedede is so big that you would think he would be able to pick up both Ice Climbers, but unfortunately the game's developers didn't think that was a good idea, so whenever Dedede grabs an Ice Climber, the other one will just hit him, because it's kind of impossible to shield and be grabbing onto a character at the same time. Since this eliminates Dedede from grabbing the Ice Climbers, this also forces him to not use his best tool for racking up damage with his chain grab. The only way Dedede can use his chain grab is if there is only 1 Ice Climber left. By that point, it's honestly not gonna matter that much because Dedede could easily manhandle just 1 Ice Climber even without his chain grab. Obviously, taking away Dedede's biggest strength gives the Ice Climbers a huge advantage, but there are several other advantages the Ice Climbers have on the big bird as well. Since Dedede is a big bird, it makes him one of the heavier characters in the game and is a big target to hit. The Ice Climbers don't have great range, but it's not near as difficult to land moves when your opponent is a humongous bird. This also makes it easier for the Ice Climbers to land some of their kill moves, which could possibly be beneficial. Dedede's heavy weight also makes him easily comboed and chain grabbed. Yes, the Ice Climbers do have a chain grab that isn't an infinite. When there's just 1 Ice Climber, it can forward throw chain grab Dedede. Neither character has a huge advantage over the the other as far as ledge guarding, but when it comes to their projectiles, the Ice Climbers have the upper hand. The Ice Climbers' projectile travels on the ground and is more difficult to deal with because they are throwing out 2 projectiles, not just 1, while Dedede's only uses 1 projectile at a time and throws it in the air, which the Ice Climbers can just duck under sometimes because they are so small. This usually results in Dedede being the one who has to approach. Dedede will have to approach through the air, not just because his approach options on the ground aren't very good, but because he literally can't approach on the ground because the Ice Climber's projectile travels along the ground. This limits Dedede's approach options and makes it more predictable how he is going to approach. The main other advantage that the Ice Climbers have over Dedede involves Dedede's neutral special, which is basically completely useless against the Ice Climbers, for the exact same reasons that his grab is useless. He can only inhale 1 Ice Climber so the other one can just hit him. Maybe he can find a way to use it for a suicide kill, but he better make sure he gets the right Ice Climber, otherwise he will still have to deal with the other one when he comes back from losing his stock. And since the Ice Climbers stay together most of the match, it's not going to be easy to inhale the right Ice Climber, and it's probably too risky to even try. Dedede's neutral special and grab being mostly useless in this match basically allows the Ice Climbers to hold their shield a lot, and Dedede will be powerless to stop it. The Ice Climbers are already tough to deal with because of there being 2 of them, and both of them are small, making them hard to hit. But then factor in all those things I just talked about, and you have yourself a very bad matchup. I hope you guys enjoyed this bad matchup. I know it's been a while since I did one of these, but if you want me to do more, then show support by giving this video a like, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until next time, remember, King Dedede is a good character in Brawl, but just not against the Ice Climbers. This is Joel Cook saying see you next time.